first panelist for the discussion is Aditya Gupta from Hindu College.
Hi, it's Aditya from Hindu College.
Our second panelist for discussion is Manik from Ambedkar.
Hi, Manik Goyal.
Our third panelist for the discussion is Shahid from SRCC.
Hi guys, I'm Shahid Abdul Majid from SRC.
Our fourth panelist for the discussion is Bhanu from Khalsa North Campus.
Yes, I'm Bhanu from Khalsa North Campus.
Our fifth panelist for discussion is Sagar from Ramjas College.
Hi, Sagar from Ramjas College.
And our final panelist is Dhruv Jain from Delhi School of Economics.
Hi, Dhruv from DSC.
So the topic for the discussion for this panel is, what if there was no reservation system in India? What would have been the current scenario in the country? So now I'll hand over the discussion to the panel.
Fine, okay. So the reservation system, 4 quick points about the reservation system. First, it is anti-competition. Second, it kind of disincentivizes hard work for people. Third, it actually increases statistical discrimination. Reason being, because there are social stigmas that are formed because of the reservation system, which kind of ultimately ends up harming the people who ultimately get the benefit of the reservation system. And fourthly, politicians kind of misuse it just to gain political mileage. So scenario where we don't have reservation kind of is good for the economy, because it increases efficiency at the margin, because people are able to better appreciate meritocracy and kind of work hard to achieve their ambitions. And secondly, politicians are not able to gain good mileage out of it, so they have to ultimately resort to issue-based politics.
Okay, I'd like to counter Mr. Dhruv because he actually stated that this in a country where we do not have reservation would mean that in a country without reservation would mean that it's a kind of a good democracy. I mean, kind of a good economy. That's what you said. But just because something has its limitations, we cannot just exclude it like that. We should keep its benefits. We should give its benefits more importance, and thus I think we should eliminate any limitations.
But how do you weigh the benefits and the costs?
Like, it's widening the gap between.
It's actually hurting the people who are getting the reservation because of so-called
But
statistical
actually,
discrimination.
I want to make a point. If there would have been not reservation system in India, then the scenario would have been like the people who are from a financially poor background, they would have remained over there. Like the
But the
there are
point,
kind of
see,
people from
the
general
issue is
category.
the issue here is that we are talking about reservation in almost every
almost every
domain, right? So the point is, if you have reservation even at the top, that disincentivizes people, because people really don't take that much pains
it's
in
like
working.
when it comes to the reservation in the
I agree
education
that
sector.
redistribution is another policy that could be worked out, but that necessarily does not have to come up with so-called the baggage of reservation. You can have other mechanisms of transferring resources that are more efficient economically, but reservation as a mechanism is not very efficient in allocating resources in the economy.
But then again, we cannot forget the fact that only since reservation policies have been implemented that the gap has been increased to at least a narrow extent.
But I will like to counter it, because the very purpose for which the reservation was started, it is now actually proven. Now it is no longer needed.
So yeah, it actually counters your point itself that because of reservation it has actually worsened. So I mean, it really does not matter.
Its
I mean, you
purpose
can
has
have
been proven.
redistribution from other mechanisms,
No,
but not reservation.
we cannot say that its purpose has been fulfilled until our economy becomes a
No.
developed economy.
See,
Let's be honest. If I have to apply to benefits of reservation, I would have to prove my caste, right?
Yes.
I have to prove my caste. Let's take the example of OBC.
Hmm.
So in order to get the OBC certificate, we have an income level.
yeah, that's what I would like.
That's what defines a cream level. So have we if we got our enforcement right, and if we made sure that people do not make fake certificates, then it actually makes sense.
But that doesn't solve the
You get
entire
it. Most of
problem.
it
That's
is
just the
the
margin of
education
people
system works.
who take benefit of
The
that.
point which you are trying to make, if we see on that regard, so the losses, efficiency loss on that part, I guess it would be more than what currently we have the losses in the case of reservation. In the
So
in
which
case
is why
of the
reservation should be
No,
removed,
reservation,
and
so
we should
that-
come up with a better solution to
Other
reservation.
caste
which is-
systems are getting relaxed
No,
for
reservation
reservation.
when it
system.
comes to the
Reservation,
job
you
market,
can have reservation up to a certain point. Don't call it reservation, call it, let's say, a free education kind of a program where you allow people from these backgrounds, not financially very affluent backgrounds, to get education for, let's say, free of cost, good health benefits. But after a certain point, let's say after college, after school, let them compete in the open playing field. I mean, it should be fair for everyone.
But then again,
I think concluding point is that if you don't have reservation system, technically speaking, things would be better off, because people at the margin pay more attention to it. So it's like freebies. If I know I'll get a freebie tomorrow, I'll be laxed.
Can I say
But if
one
I
more
don't get that, then I have to buy to work harder.
At this time, SC and ST are not so weak.
Exactly, and times have
Financially, they are
changed.
not so weak.
Technically, I mean,
even they are
factually
not
speaking,
so
times
poor.
have changed. People have done better off. They have become more affluent. They get more
Even time
opportunity
has
now.
changed.
According to me, reservation should be based on the income level. Those whose parents' income are like very
Yeah, so
low,
it should not
they
be
should be
defined
given
on
the because they don't have
caste.
resources.
It can be defined on some
It's
other
income.
parameter, but caste cannot be a defining
So
parameter.
I guess the reservation for on my, if I say it should be in the education sector, and the definition of reservation terms, it should not be on the basis of the caste, rather it should be on the basis of the financial background of the people. And as such, in Delhi, 2/3 of the population today in their heights, they earn less than 13,500 rupees per month. So it's like
So yeah, you
giving the
cannot
reservation.
call it a reservation
Humans
policy,
see the
just call it a good free education policy. I mean that, of
That
course,
is
in
like
its
a-
spirit it works as a reservation
But
system
last
only,
point,
but
don't
just
give
don't call
reservation
it.
on education on the basis of marks.
Yeah.
Simply.
yeah,
Make them
On the
relax.
basis of marks.
Surely.
It really creates a great like
marks
gap.
as well
discrimination
plus
between
caste
colleges.
also.
Yeah,
Caste, yeah.
I mean,
You know.
So to conclude, we had a very intellectual discussion by our panelists present here today, with both for and against the implementation of reservation in the country, and also its progress, whether it will hinder the progress or will increase the progress of the economy and the country as well. Well, signing off, Pramod Abraham from Global Business Operations, Sriram College of Commerce, with cameraman Guna from SRCC.
I'm Guna from SSC.
Thank you.